Do you know why your girlfriend has been following me around all morning?
Oh, don't worry about that.
With only 2 episodes out so far, it's hard to say where Miraculous Ladybug plans to take the season. The first few episodes have focused on world building and character introduction, emphasizing Marinette's personal life. These introductory episodes focus on Marinette's internalized struggles, specifically regarding her insecurity in her relationship. It almost feels like she's taken 3 steps back because in the 5th season, she was willing to risk it all for love. Not only did she lose the Ladybug Miraculous for a short time, but she willingly opposed Gabriel at every turn for the chance of a relationship. She chased down a plane for a final goodbye kiss while pursued by security, which screams confidence to me. With scenes like that monumental kiss on the landing strip, I suppose she behaved more like Ladybug than Marinette. This confidence and self-assuredness seems to have died alongside Gabriel, as Marinette notably regressed to past behavior. She spies on Adrien, follows Sublime, and refuses to heed advice from her closest friends. Her behavior ultimately leads to someone else getting hurt and an akumatization, which usually points to someone going way too far. Marinette's ultimately acting out because she believes she isn't good enough. She wants to be the perfect girlfriend, but instead of discussing her concerns with Adrien, she's sabotaging herself in a desperate attempt to seem like the best. We all know Adrien. He wouldn't turn Marinette away because she's experiencing anxiety. It's unfortunate that she's trying to handle these new emotions alone because they're making her self-critical. I'm not surprised she was jealous of Sublime. Everyone feels jealousy occasionally, but how she conducted herself was not okay. With Marinette spiraling this early in the relationship, I suspect more conflicts will arise later in the season. Today's video will discuss why Adriennette is doomed to fail and how Sublime may be the new love interest. Okay, I want to preface this discussion by saying I appreciate how the series incorporates Marinette's anxiety and insecurity into its narratives. Oh, thank you. It makes sense that she is always on edge and assessing threats in every aspect of her life. Marinette has always had these traits since the first episode. They've only heightened as time went on due to her stressful experiences and traumatic encounters as Ladybug. I'm willing to admit that some of her current behavior is influenced by the immense amount of stress she's under. In the back of her mind, she's likely aware that Adrien will not react well to learning the truth about his father and his origins. It's even worse because she's keeping this information from him, and he would be well within his rights to feel hurt and betrayed when this information comes to light. Her desperation to be the perfect girlfriend likely comes from the fear that Adrien will have no reason to stay with her after learning about her many secrets. We can't forget that we received a fantastic look into Marinette's immediate reaction after Gabriel died in Miraculous World London. Not only does she decide to keep the truth from Adrien, but she feels incredibly guilty about it. And the burden is so heavy that she can't sleep at night or focus on defeating the new wielder of the Butterfly Miraculous. Marinette isn't in a good place at the start of Season 6. She's juggling a lot of stress and responsibility for a teenager, which is only heightened by the significant secret she's keeping from the rest of the world. I respect this and am glad the series acknowledges what that kind of responsibility can do to someone. It's entirely fair that she is starting to spiral, which is impacting her personal life. The problem is that she's not doing anything about it. She's pretending everything is fine and refusing to be honest about her circumstances.
This is all brand new to me too. But we can figure it out together.
This isn't uncommon for Marinette. She's not quick to admit when something is wrong or when she's out of her depth because, as Ladybug, everyone expects her to have the solution to every problem. She holds herself to a high standard, which is detrimental to her mental health. As it is for many people, right? As I said in the introduction, being honest with yourself and others could go a long way in helping Marinette manage these intense emotions. This is evident at the end of Illustrator, when Marinette tells Adrien that she doesn't know how to act in a relationship and keeps trying to control everything. Adrien responds very kindly and promises they'll figure it out together, which alleviates Marinette's anxiety enough to help her sleep for the first time in days. Marinette is closer to openness in her relationship and admitting when something bothers her. However, as the audience, we know her biggest struggles come from decisions she made as Ladybug, decisions she can't share with Adrien. These decisions will be what breaks Adriennette in the end. In the season premiere, we often witness Marinette fleeing from her date with Adrien to help other heroes around Paris. Adrien can't understand these absences and seems very put off because his girlfriend leaves without an explanation. Watching these scenes, I couldn't help but think of Luca, who dealt with the same thing and ultimately thought Marinette didn't love him. History repeats itself, as Adrien is already starting to believe he is the problem. If Marinette doesn't come clean about being Ladybug or come up with a valid excuse that explains her absences, then I don't see their relationship working out. It will become evident that she's keeping secrets and hiding things from him, and I don't expect Adrien to overlook this for long. It's very telling that he's willing to put his role as Cat Noir on the back burner to spend more time with her and allow his teammates to take on more responsibility so he can have an uninhibited personal space for the first time. The situation is a double-edged sword because if Marinette comes clean about her secret identity, that makes her the last person to see Gabriel Agreste alive. Adrien believes that his father died a hero because that's what Ladybug told him. He would immediately ask questions about his father's final moments. If faced with these questions, Marinette would have a hard time keeping up with the lie and would eventually cave to guilt.
Why didn't you save him? And even if something had happened to him, aren't your magic ladybugs supposed to repair everything? This isn't possible! You have to be wrong!
The types of secrets she's keeping are too large to remain hidden for long, and the fallout from these secrets should be immense. Adrien should not brush them off and would not be okay after learning the truth. To the point where he would request some space from Marinette and Ladybug alike because in the end, she decided what was best for him instead of letting him process the truth on his terms. Either way, there's too much between them for a happy ending. I don't think Adrienette will end forever, but Bunnix once told Cat Noir that his relationship with Ladybug is all over the place. I think they're about to reach a low point in their relationship. Once they overcome this obstacle, they could always find one another again and restart their relationship with a clean slate. However, time apart could benefit them, which is where Sublime comes in. Marinette has stellar intuition. She can tell when something is wrong often before the problem appears. Take her relationship with Lila, for example. She knew her classmate was up to no good and refused to believe otherwise. As a result, this made her an enemy of Lila, and they often clashed. What's important here is that Marinette had a gut feeling about Lila and was right even when none of her friends could see through the ruse. Marinette naturally became wary of Sublime and started comparing herself to her, believing the transfer student would be a better fit for Adrien. I don't think Sublime has a crush on Adrien or intends to steal him from Marinette. She seems like a very down-to-earth individual with good intentions. However, she and Adrien have a lot in common and share similar struggles with their parents, which could help them connect. Once again, history repeats itself, as these things initially brought Adrien and Kagami together in previous seasons. If Adrien were to break up with Marinette, he'd likely seek guidance, comfort, and reassurance from his friends. Sublime is one of them now, and since they spend time together daily, it's only natural that they would bond. A romance could bloom authentically between them, leading to Sublime becoming a secondary love interest for Adrien, which raises the stakes for Marinette and introduces another love triangle into the narrative. And we all know how much Miraculous Ladybug thrives when a love triangle is involved.
Apology accepted. I know what it's like to put pressure on yourself.
I'm not a big fan of the continuous jumping between relationships. I prefer long-term and committed romance stories where the couple evolves and grows alongside one another, learning to love each other through every chapter of their lives. The constant miscommunication and emotional outbursts make it seem like Adrienette is on the rocks. I have complete faith that they could work together to overcome any insecurity and anxiety surrounding their relationship. But that's not the only thing standing in their way. It's impossible to ignore how many secrets Marinette keeps from Adrien, with one of the biggest featured in the 6th season's intro. So as much as I want the star couple to last and overcome these obstacles, I have a sneaking suspicion Miraculous Ladybug will take the more complicated route, leading to a future breakup.
Marinette, they have to. They're superheroes.
Yeah, I know. But careful, okay?
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.